without being like, cancel culture. If someone finds out one bad fucked up thing about your past, then it suddenly defines you. But no, we talked about how like that's people should be allowed to grow, and even though I didn't watch the Oscars, I talked about like Joaquin in his acceptance speech talked about that a little bit, and how like people in our lives, not all of them are up to that task yet, because they just haven't been given the opportunity to grow.
So what do you look up?
What? Oh shit!
I'm curious now.
I want to know about the deep conversation, conversation that you guys were having before.
Actually, it was a callback to Des and I's conversation during the pod about how people can grow without being like, cancel culture. If someone finds out one bad fucked up thing about your past, then it suddenly defines you. But no, we talked about how like that's people should be allowed to grow, and even though I didn't watch the Oscars, I talked about like Joaquin in his acceptance speech talked about that a little bit.
I've been a scoundrel in my life. I've been selfish. I've been cruel at times, hard to work with, and ungrateful. But so many of you in this room have given me a second chance. And I think that's when we're at our best, when we support each other, not when we cancel each other out for past mistakes, but when we help each other to grow, when we educate each other, when we guide each other towards redemption. That is the best of humanity. When he was 17, my brother wrote this lyric. He said, "Run to the rescue with love, and peace will follow." Thank you.
And how like people in our lives, not all of them are up to that task yet, because they just haven't been given the opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did mention that about like a couple of people there haven't given him a second opportunity.
That's fuck, I wish I was trying to find the word for it, but that's exactly where it is.
Yeah.
People should be given second opportunities.
Yeah, he said like he thanked them, and he said like he was there. I liked his speech on the BAFTA also. Is it? BAFTA?
That's the British awards, right?
BAFTA? What is it? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think the
talked about like they were more.
Is that when he talked about all the other nominees and how they inspired him or something?
No, he talked about like the lack of diversity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one.
But
Bong Joon-ho talked about how the director of Parasite, he talked about all the other nominees and how they inspired him. That was cool. That was a key.
He also talked about Quentin and Scorsese.
Yeah, he said it. He started by saying a quote, and then he was like, "That is Scorsese's quote." And then he said how Tarantino was the one who introduced him to the community, because I think Tarantino was like a sponsor.
Yeah, and he also actually like, I think he made like a list of like his favorite movies, and he was like one of the first American directors to like recognize him.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like he personally knew Quentin really well.
Oh yeah, he said that. He did say that.
Yeah,
Quentin put his movie in his top 10.
Yeah.
And that made him be noticed
in American audiences, and he had one of his major influences in the past was Scorsese. Yes. So it was just so nice and personal.
And then he mentioned Todd Phillips and the other guy.
Yeah.
He said like how like he's seen their growth, like.
Yeah.
It's a good speech. Bong Joon-ho. I might be saying that wrong.
It's chill.
Sorry, I apologize.
It's totally chill.
The intent's there.
De paseo, que no lo creo.